Yo, YouTubers, how you doing out there? Bit of a guitar rig rundown thing, guitar collection of a nobody, if you like. Not obviously, I'm not a digital being, but unless you know me personally, we happened to be at the Marquee in 1986 and saw Borkham Riff. You probably don't know who I am, but if you're interested in some Fenders, particularly ones with Floyd Roses, you might find this interesting. Just going to kick off quickly with a rig, really. So this is my go-to amp for many years. Good old Marshall JCM 800, 1981, 100-watt head, master volume, vertical input, one of the early ones. Very loud, very scruffy, sounds great. Got a couple of 4x12s. The one I've got upstairs here it's not actually a Marshall, but it's got some nice Mackenzie drivers in it. And I've got another one down in the garage, which is an original checkerboard Marshall cab. The old board on the floor there, load of old analog stuff mostly. Pedal pad board, Crybaby, Marshall Bluesbreaker, Love Pedal LOE, which is a really cool overdrive. Carl Custom Vibe Phaser Univibe thing, which is a brilliant pedal, probably my favourite pedal, had it for years and years. Then a Carl Martin Red Repeat, digital delay, which is cool because you can adjust it quite easily with your feet. And then some Electroharmonic stuff, Holier Grail, reverb, small clone, and a deluxe electric mistress. Flanger, who can live without a deluxe electric mistress? Anyway, let's go on to some guitars. So, the old girl, back in the day, when I was young, thin, and had brown hair, I bought this 1979 Strat from Tempo Music in West Ealing. It was a great shop. A guy called Laurie used to run it. I'm pretty sure it's not still there, but I bought a few guitars from him back there in the day. 3-volt, obviously. Heavy, obviously, but I've had a few late 70s Strats or mid to late 70s Strats in my time, and this is a good one. The actual neck is quite slim. A lot of them have fat, chunky necks. Floyd Rose I had fitted by Chandler Guitars in Q back in 1986. I don't regret that for 1 minute. Used to play about some gigs back then. I used to, like most people back in those days, I used to hit the whammy a lot, and it stays in tune. Pickups have been swapped out for some. It's had humbuckers on it and all sorts. It's been messed around a lot in its day. But the pickups it's got in it now from a 92 American Strat, and they suit it fine. Yeah, original black finish. I took the top off a while back, and I found it was sunburst underneath, which it looked crap. So I then resprayed the top with some nitro from a can, and then I've kind of worn some of it off to create this totally natural relic look that you see here. But yeah, the old girl's great guitar, I'll never get rid of this one. So, moving on, we have, still with the older stuff, still from Tempo Music in West Ealing. This is a 1976 Gibson SG Standard. You can see the block. Square blocks it had inlays back in the 70s ones. Tobacco Sunburst. Bridge pickup's been replaced a couple of times. It's got a dirty finger on there, and also the bridge is not original or the tuners. Sold this guitar to Dave Bear, the other guitarist in Borkham Riff back in the day, for far too little money, and it's kind of ended up back with me on the sort of don't you ever sell it kind of basis, and obviously I will never sell it. But yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not really a Gibson guy, but like everyone needs one, right? And this is a pretty cool SG if ever there was one. So, as used to fall on the ground. Back on the Fenders, here we have 1992 Floyd Rose Classic Strat, Olympic White, which is faded to this really cool buttermilky banana pudding, as they call it in the States, colour. Which I happen to really like. This is all original, one of the few guitars I've got that has not been messed around with. So I've got the small headstock, obviously the locking nut, dark rosewood fingerboard, Damasio H8 humbucker, 2 American Standard single coils, and the original Floyd Rose. Got a bit of tarnishing on it. It's been played a bit over the years, but it's still a really, really, really nice guitar. I mean, you look at the colour of that thing, man. And yeah. So that's one of the 2 Floyd Classic American ones. This is the other one. Black, clearly. Again, another one from 1992. This one's been modified quite a lot in terms of its electrics. It's got a set of lace sensors from a Strat Ultra. So it's got a blue lace sensor in the neck, silver in the middle, and a red Jubilee, two of the higher output red lace sensors in the bridge slot. It's got a little toggle switch there, which means you can select either or both of those, so you can get sort of humbucker if you want, or you can get a better quack between the middle and bridge by just having one of them on. Again, original Floyd Rose. And this has also got an active 25 dB Clapton mid boost, which is dialed in by that top tone knob, and batteries in the tremolo compartment. So sound wise, you can do a lot with this actually, and it sits in good shape. It's got a few weird scratches on the back of it there from somebody's had a belt in an extremely strange place, but it's really nicely set up. I've actually got this one listed for sale at the moment because there's something else I've got an eye on. There's always one in, one out around here. So that's the other Floyd 92. Then, first of the two Voodoos, we have Tobacco Sunburst, sorry, not Tobacco Sunburst, three-tone Sunburst, 1997-98 American Voodoo Strat. This has had the saddles replaced with some Graphtec ones, and similarly with the string tree and the nut. Nice guitar, no skunk stripe, and there's your man. Pickups on this are replaced with some Tone Emporium Big City 69 left hand set. It came to me with some other things on it which didn't suit it really well at all, so I put those back to near what it would be. So yeah, really nice and light, plays well. Nearest I've got to an unmolested Fender really. The other Voodoo is my kind of go-to guitar at the moment. This is clearly, it's a white one, maple neck, yeah, sort of maple cat. If you only maybe see that on there, the way the maple is laid over the bank, and so obviously no skunk stripe on there. Skunk. Floyd Rose had been professionally fitted to this before I got it, which makes it right up my street really. Purists will hate it, but I'm a bit of a Floyd nut. Pickups on these are pretty cool. They're Sheep Experience. One's from a really cool guy over in Yorkshire who made these, custom made these for me, for the left-handed reverse polarity center, but they really suit it and they give you a great kind of tone on that. So that's the white Voodoo, kind of fond of that one. And last but not least, the guitar with a bit of provenance. We have a 1986 Kramer Pacer Deluxe that used to be owned by Bruce Dickinson of Little Angels, or from Mr. Thrudd as we knew them back then. When they first came down from Scarborough in about 86, we went to see them in a gig up on Oxford Street. Got talking to them afterwards, and Bruce was playing this guitar at the time. We talked about breaking strings with Floyd Roses and stuff like that. And yeah, and they were brilliant. They actually supported us at one of our gigs, rather ironically, and then went on to better things. And yeah, and this is such a heavy guitar. I mean, how the fuck Bruce used to throw this around on stage. There's a YouTube video of Famous for 15 Minutes for Little Angels. He's playing this one on it, and he's like all over the shop, man. And it's just like such a heavy guitar. Yeah, and then I kind of knew a guy called Rob who ended up selling stuff on eBay, and he had this guitar, and that he's restored with the original pickups and stuff. And I eventually persuaded him to sell it to me, and I've had it for a while now, and I've been in touch with Bruce, and we've had some good reminiscences regarding this. But yeah, Bruce Dickinson's Kramer Pacer, man, an 18th birthday present from his dad, and that's that one. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and yeah, keep the faith.